Who are the richest people in the world? What is their net worth? And how did they make their fortune? We all know that billionaires play an outsized role in shaping the global economy, politics, and philanthropy. Well, as a billionaire, wealth accumulates at a remarkable speed. I bet everyone is curious who holds the top 10 spots of the richest among the rich. So sit back, relax, get your popcorn, and get ready for the list. Welcome to Billionista. If you love videos about luxury living, please subscribe and click the bell so you never miss a video. And don't forget to like and share too. Now, let's get back to our list. At the bottom, we have an investor who has been extremely successful and influential. The Oracle of Omaha, Warren Buffett, is a well-known thrifty billionaire with a net worth of $108 billion. Thrifty? Yes, you heard it right. Even though he is a billionaire, he avoids purchasing the fastest luxury sports cars or residing in the largest mega mansions. Instead, he spent billions of dollars sparingly acquiring companies and investing in new ventures. He is also the CEO of Berkshire Hathaway, which owns over 60 companies ranging from battery manufacturing to restaurants. He does not only spend his wealth acquiring companies but also financing charities. He had pledged to donate over 99% of his fortune and has given away over $45 billion, mostly to the Gates Foundation and his children's foundation. One of his charity works is called The Giving Pledge. He started that with the help of Bill Gates, who we'll be hearing more about later. The main goal of the pledge is to ask billionaires to donate at least half of their fortune to charitable causes. The pledge has attracted a large number of wealthy individuals, including billionaires such as Elon Musk and Larry Ellison. Currently, Buffett spends his time in his $652,000 Omaha home when he isn't paying a lower tax rate than his gardener. Moving on to number 9. We have another investor on our list. In 1956, a statistically unique baby was born in Detroit, Michigan. He led a comfortable life in the affluent Farmington Hills neighborhood. Steve Ballmer. He is a former CEO of Microsoft and an American businessman. He was also famous for doing such a great act that every sports fan wishes they could do. He purchased the Los Angeles Clippers for $2 billion in 2014 because he was a big sports fan and eventually got tired of cursing out the coaches from behind his TV while watching a game of basketball. Now, he can yell at them in person. Steve Ballmer made his way to number 9 on this luxury list thanks to his association with Microsoft, which includes $333.3 million in Microsoft stock and being the CEO of Microsoft for about 14 years. The report states that he has a net worth of approximately $107 billion. Steve spends his time these days with his wife, Connie Snyder, and his 3 children, most likely playing basketball. Next on the list is number 8, Larry Ellison. During the 1990s, he was the highest paid executive in the world at various times, with a salary of up to $90 million. He was adopted as a toddler after being born in New York City. He grew up in a middle-class Chicago neighborhood on the South Side. He found work in the tech industry after dropping out of 2 universities, which inspired him to create Oracle, a database system that was successful enough to compete with Sybase and Microsoft SQL Server. Currently, he is the CEO and founder of a little tech company known as Oracle, a company that might not be much of a household name but has a net worth of $239 billion. Indeed, his journey in accumulating his wealth was unique. Ellison now lives on Lanai, his own private Hawaiian island that he purchased nearly entirely for $300 million. He's also on the Tesla board of directors after investing $3 million in the company. Number 7. Next is one of Google's 2 brains, Sergey Brin. With a net worth of $120 billion, his resume is extensive, but not nearly as extensive as his bank account. Of course, this list includes Google's founder. After all, you're watching this video on YouTube, which is owned by Google, which is owned by Alphabet, of which Sergey Brin is the co-founder, former president, shareholder, and board member. Brin has a few more personal projects outside of Google. He and Larry Page are attempting to assist in the resolution of the world's energy and climate issues, one of which is investing in offshore wind power and more energy-efficient cars. Brin, like apparently every other billionaire, is betting big on the space race, investing $4.5 million in a Virginia-based space tourism company, Space Adventures. So far, Space Adventures have sent at least 7 tourists above the atmosphere. We are almost halfway on our list. Let's move to number 6. Mark Zuckerberg. This guy doesn't need much of an introduction, as he is very famous. If you haven't heard of Mark Zuckerberg, you probably have been living under a rock. Thus, wait until Meta takes off and your smart toaster starts sounding like your friendly neighborhood billionaire. As the founder and CEO of Facebook, or also known as Meta, he has a net worth of $123 billion. Facebook Inc. has recently undergone a rebranding, presumably as a result of everyone hating on them for over a decade. Facebook was founded by Mark Zuckerberg in 2004 and was originally named Facebook. Giving a long history of odd names, he owned around 400 million total shares in Facebook, giving him 58% of the company's total voting power, in addition to being the CEO. So whatever issue you're having with Facebook is entirely due to Mark. We can clearly say that the majority of Zuckerberg's fortune comes from his Facebook stocks. Aside from chilling in the metaverse, Mark spends time with his wife, Priscilla Chan, and their 2 daughters at one of his many homes, especially on the days between congressional hearings. Before we proceed to the next in line of the top 10 richest people in the world, I just want to ask if you have chosen your favorite billionaire yet. Let us know in the comment section below, because I want to hear from my viewers and get that conversation going. And now, back on the list. Number 5. Larry Page. Similar to Sergey Brin, Page is another Google man who helped co-found the company in 1998. For a certain period, he was also the CEO of Alphabet. Although we can identify that there is a large gap between this Google founder and the previous one, Larry Page attended Stanford University, where he met his Google co-founder Sergey Brin, and the two collaborated to create Google's PageRank algorithm, which helped the website achieve success. This led to Larry achieving his $125 billion net worth. Although Larry's net worth is not solely derived from his affiliation with Google, he invested some money into flying car startups like Kitty Hawk and Opener. And just like any other billionaire, he does not want to be left behind in the space race. He is even a founding investor in the Planetary Resources Space Exploration Company. During his leisure time, he can be found relaxing on his 193-foot mega yacht or zipping around in his Tesla X. Let's get down to number 4. Jeffrey Bezos. Formerly the richest person on the planet, in 2021, Bezos dropped a few spots, which means the Bond villain jokes aren't as funny as they used to be. He is the president, CEO, founder, and chairman of the board of Amazon.com, which is considered among one of the largest companies in the United States. He also owns about 55 million shares in the said company. And we know that Amazon has grown significantly in recent years as a result of people's renewed desire to remain at home and isolated. Bezos has a net worth of $195 billion, and some speculated that he would be the next trillionaire. Back in 2019, he got divorced from his ex-wife Mackenzie Scott. The divorce may have set him back a few $1 billion due to a settlement that reduced his net worth to $114 billion. But it only took a few years for him to recover. For the foreseeable future, Bezos will almost certainly remain among the world's top 5 richest people. After all, he might even make a comeback or rank up. He also owns a rocket company called the Blue Origin. Recently, he launched himself into space aboard his team's rocket. Many people didn't want him to come back, but they were sadly disappointed. He is also fond of partying with his new girlfriend. If not, you can find him with most of other billionaires competing in the space race. Number 3. Our next man has been in the top 5 richest people in the world for quite some time now, Bill Gates. I believe you expected that he was going to be on the list since he has been one of the most infamous rich people in the world. He is a business magnate, software developer, and investor from the United States. He is the co-founder and former CEO of Microsoft, which is a massive corporation. He also has a net worth of $138 billion, which continues to grow despite all of his charitable works. Gates has continued to pursue a variety of business and allegedly charitable endeavors despite stepping down as Microsoft CEO. In 2021, he had a divorce, which could easily have resulted in changing the name of their Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. When he's not buying up American farmland at an alarming rate, you'll find him working to grow his synthetic meat companies. I'm sure those two facts are entirely coincidental. We are down to our last top two, and I will not keep you waiting. Number 2. Bernard Arnault. He has a net worth of $198 billion. He is known as the wealthiest person in France, Europe, and the fashion industry. Bernard sells high-end items such as designer wines, timepieces, perfumes, cosmetics, and even pastries. He's in charge of over 70 brands, which includes Louis Vuitton and Sephora. Fun fact, he's already been the world's wealthiest person 3 times, capturing the title in 2019 and 2020. Recently, in 2021, Bernard was the world's wealthiest person for a few months. Unfortunately, he just doesn't stay at number 1. When he's not busy running the family business with his 4 children, Frederick, Delphine, Antoine, and Alexander, you can probably find him relaxing on Symphony, his 333-meter yacht, worth $150 million. And on top of the list of the richest person in the world for the year 2022, at number 1, Elon Musk. I bet everybody knows of the guy. If not, let's finish the video together. Elon Musk is another extremely wealthy individual. He was born in South Africa and raised in Canada. He is currently the CEO of SpaceX, a businessman, an inventor, and of course, an investor. He turned SpaceX into a $74 billion company and propelled Tesla to the forefront of high-end electric vehicles, landing him on the cover of Time magazine in 2021 as Person of the Year. He started his career journey early. He was only 12 years old when he sold his first software. Also, he sold his first company, Zipto Corporation, for $307 million in cash and $34 million in stock options. He then co-founded X.com, which led to the creation of PayPal, which was eventually sold to eBay for $1.5 billion in stock. To make a long story short, Elon Musk has had a long and prosperous career in the technology industry. He has a $283 billion net worth. By nearly $100 billion, he has surpassed Jeff Bezos, the previous richest man. When Musk isn't trying to colonize other planets, you'll find him on TV, either being interviewed or being exactly as quirky as you'd expect a tech billionaire to be. So billionistas, who caught your attention of those billionaires on the list? Which one is your favorite or the least favorite? Let me know in the comments. That's it for this time. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. See you next time.